So my grandma was the main female role model for me. She was a tenacious woman. She didn't give up on anything, and she worked really hard. But one of the things I really admired about her is that she always sought answers to her questions. She would look something up and not stop until she had completely exhausted the subject. So if a doctor gave her a diagnosis, she would go read the Journal of American Medicine to learn everything about it. Like, there was no Google back then. So she would just have to read, and she'd have the Journal of American Medicine and a dictionary next to her so you can look up the words that you don't know. And she would seek to have her own answer to all of those questions, and she always wanted to learn new things. I was once a student at Coffeyville Community College myself, and I tried to be the things that I needed as a young woman attending school here. And I was a young mother as well when I was a student, so I didn't always know what I wanted to be or what I wanted to do when I graduated here. But I needed to feel free to explore my ideas. I was learning how to learn. So I try to be a role model for my students and help them explore their ideas and their goals. And I try to help them feel at home so that they feel they have value. And every student that walks into my classroom walks in with a lifetime of experiences. And I want them to see what they can learn from those experiences and take away from my classroom out into the world.
There were several females in the 90s and 2000s that I feel like were fairly groundbreaking in that they weren't afraid to be vulnerable and were incredibly resilient. Lauryn Hill comes to mind, actually, being very willing to be one of the groundbreaking female hip-hop artists in a time when that really wasn't a thing. College in general, I think, is just a time of uncertainty overall and a lot of unknowns. And so my goal is to help untangle all of those unknowns. I may not be able to fix it, but at least kind of help get a clear direction and a path, as well as help students kind of help find who they are and what their values are.
I think if I had to identify female role models growing up, I would probably have to say my mom and my sister. And mainly I would say they molded me is that my sister is quite a bit older than I am, so I always looked up to her. I was always the shadow. And so I think just seeing how hard she worked at things and the success she had going through school. She's a pediatrician, and then my mom, who's an educator. And so my mom worked with students who needed help with reading. So he wasn't always working with the A+ students all the time. And I feel like seeing how she interacted with students that face challenges and then help them be successful was kind of inspiring. It's really important for me that I feel like whether it's in the classroom or with my team, that I'm building a relationship with them outside of that area. So it's not just getting to know them in the classroom, but getting to know them outside the classroom. It's not just getting to know them in practice and at games, but it's getting to know them outside of that and what actually they care about, what drives them, what motivates them.
I would say my mom was my biggest role model. She was a single mom. My dad passed away when I was young, and so she had to be strong and independent on her own and take care of me and work and do everything and just navigate it alone.